Our company name is KHI Solutions, LLC, and Lynn and I bought the business from the original owners in 2009. Prior to that, I had worked for the original owners since 1993.
Well, we had a current IT company that we were working with, and we weren't having our needs met. And somehow we got connected to Jeff, and I can't remember if he called us or we called him.
There was another one of our associates in Fort Dodge that had recommended him, that they had used him.
Excellent. Yeah. So I remember it because this is several years ago now. We've been using Tier 3 for a long time. We love Tier 3. So looking back on what it was pre-Tier 3 and our experience that wasn't so good, they were a little higher priced, we'll say that. And we were leaning towards going with another vendor we'd already used in the past that we weren't necessarily happy with then, like why we thought we were going to be happy with them second time around, but they were going to save us some money. And lo and behold, in between making that decision, a box was sent to our office. Now it happened to be a cake, and it came in 2 boxes. There was a big box and a little box. And so it was very specific on the instructions to open the big box first. So we opened it, but there was a piece of cake missing out of the cake. And it had our logo on it. It was beautiful, right? And it tasted good. I think Jeff's wife probably made it.
Probably.
And then we opened the little box, and it was a little slice of cake that was missing from the big cake. And it said, Tier 3, your missing piece of service. It was like,
they hooked us.
Unforgettable. And like, whoever would take the time to do that really wants our business. And I think we need to relook at that company before we make our final decision. And we ended up going with them.
We did.
And I think, it was the desire or what we felt anyway, that Tier 3 really wanted our business and would really appreciate us as a client. And I think that's all anybody wants to feel, that goes back to how we are in terms of serving clients. And we just want people that want to serve us so we can serve others. And we definitely need Tier 3 to take care of our technology needs, because that's not in our wheelhouse.
Not at all. Not at all. One of the reasons we love Tier 3 is because they always take accountability for any kind of issue that we're having, whether it's our computer, our internet, our long distance, our phones. One of the biggest frustrations that we had with our other IT providers is they'd always say, well, it's not us. It's the internet, or it's, we would just go around in circles and we'd call each different provider and they'd all say it's not us. And then nothing would get fixed, and super frustrating. So Tier 3 has been able to take all of our IT under one umbrella. So they do our phones, they do our internet, they do our computers, they do everything. And so now if something's broke, we don't care, because we know Tier 3's got us, and they're going to figure out what it is, and it's them calling and trying to figure out what's going on, and not us. And that, can't even tell you how much time that has saved us and how much we appreciate that, because that we were just running in circles with our other IT providers.
Yeah, and I would just add to that, complete responsibility they take for what Brenda just said, and no finger pointing. Unbelievable that there's no finger pointing. So they just take on the issue and get it solved for us.
And I'll say, in addition to that, they always have follow-up. One of the things that really upset us with our other IT providers is you would submit a ticket, and then you would never know if the issue was fixed or not fixed, or all of a sudden it started working, but there was no follow-up. And Tier 3 has a really good system in place that we get a follow-up email with the ticket, and it says what the resolution is, and they track all of that. So that the follow-up is phenomenal.
So cybersecurity has become obviously a larger threat, and especially to small businesses like ours. Hello, we do not have an IT department. I mean, that is Tier 3 is our IT department. They came to us and said, this is a concern we have for you, seeing what's going on in the industry. We've heard little bits and pieces, but I think you always think it's never going to happen to me. Luckily, knock on wood, to this point, it hasn't, but I can rest assured, and I think we sleep good at night knowing that Tier 3 has our back. So they are doing extra things to make sure that we aren't a victim of cybersecurity. And I just don't know what we do without them.
Main reason that we recommend Tier 3 is service. That's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and I'll add to that. The reason Tier 3, and I would recommend it to anybody, is the culture that Jeff has created at Tier 3 is fun, get the job done, but let's enjoy the ride. And I think we enjoy him so much, and he seems to enjoy us. So there's fun in it. We get to know each other. Like I said, his wife, I think, is a really great baker. I think she's baked us cupcakes before, and it's like an extension of family. And so it's super comfortable. And all the people that are on the Tier 3 team, they're just an extension of Jeff and that culture he's created there, which I think is just a huge testimony.